What if I told you that your grandmother was sitting on a gold mine of household wisdom that could save you hundreds of dollars every year? Back in the 1930s, when America faced its darkest economic hour, families didn't just survive. They thrived using nothing but ingenuity, resourcefulness, and time-tested tricks that we've somehow forgotten in our rush to buy the latest gadget for every problem. Today, I'm sharing 25 brilliant household hacks from the Great Depression era that are not only still relevant, but often work better than the expensive products we rely on today. These aren't just quaint old-fashioned tips. They're proven solutions that could revolutionize how you run your household. So grab a notebook because you're definitely going to want to remember these money-saving gems. Let's start with the foundation of Depression-era living, the use it up, wear it out, make it do or do without philosophy. This wasn't just a catchy saying. It was a survival strategy that transformed how families approached every possession. When a shirt developed a hole, it didn't head to the trash bin. It became a cleaning rag, then eventually stuffing for pillows or quilts. Nothing had a single purpose, and everything earned its keep through multiple lives of usefulness. This mindset shift alone can slash your household expenses dramatically. Before buying anything new, pause and ask yourself, can I repair this, repurpose it, or simply live without it? You'll be amazed how often the answer saves you money. Moving on to one of the most versatile household heroes, white vinegar as a fabric softener. I know it sounds crazy, but this was liquid gold in Depression-era laundries. Pour half a cup into your fabric softener compartment and watch it work magic on your clothes. The acetic acid strips away soap residue that makes fabrics feel stiff, leaving clothes softer than any commercial product could achieve. Here's the beautiful part. It doesn't leave your clothes smelling like a pickle jar. The vinegar scent completely disappears during drying, taking unwanted odors with it. Those gym clothes that still smell funky after washing? Vinegar eliminates that. Mildew in your towels? Gone. Plus, it prevents colors from fading and reduces static cling, all while costing about 1/10 the price of store-bought fabric softener. Speaking of cleaning powerhouses, let's talk about baking soda, the Swiss Army knife of household products. Your grandmother kept this by the pound, not for baking, but for cleaning literally everything. This natural abrasive is gentle enough not to scratch surfaces, yet tough enough to remove stubborn grime that has professional cleaners stumped. Create a paste with water and watch years of stains disappear from your sink. Apply it to your oven, let it sit overnight, and that baked-on grease just wipes away. No harsh chemicals, no overwhelming fumes, no gas mask required. The brilliant part is that baking soda actually neutralizes odors instead of just masking them. So when Grandma cleaned with it, things didn't just look clean, they were genuinely fresh. Now here's a trick that'll make you rethink your silver cleaning routine. Regular toothpaste. Not the gel kind, but the white paste variety. Those mild abrasives designed to clean your teeth without damaging enamel work perfectly on tarnished silver. Squeeze a small amount onto a soft cloth. Gently rub your jewelry or silverware, and decades of tarnish vanish like magic. Your grandmother probably cleaned her wedding ring this way monthly, and the same technique works on brass candlesticks, copper pots, or any metal that's lost its shine. It's essentially professional jewelry store results using something that costs pennies and sits in your bathroom cabinet. Let's dive into the incredible world of coffee ground recycling. Most of us toss these in the trash without a second thought. But Depression-era families saw pure gold in those used grounds. First, they're phenomenal deodorizers, better than baking soda. A bowl of dried grounds in your refrigerator absorbs odors more effectively than any commercial product. But wait, there's more. Mix coffee grounds with coconut oil, and you've created a body scrub that costs pennies compared to fancy spa versions. The caffeine can even temporarily improve blood circulation, reducing the appearance of cellulite. And gardeners, listen up. Plants absolutely love coffee grounds. They're nitrogen-rich, which plants crave for healthy growth. Acid-loving plants like azaleas and blueberries thrive when you sprinkle grounds around their base. Here's something that'll revolutionize your garbage disposal maintenance: citrus peels. Before buying expensive cleaning pods, try what Grandma did. Every time you use a lemon or eat an orange, Toss those peels down the disposal. The natural oils are powerful deodorizers, while the peels clean the blades as they grind up. For maximum effectiveness, freeze the peels in ice cube trays with water. The ice sharpens disposal blades, while frozen citrus chunks provide deep cleaning. It's like giving your disposal a spa treatment using something you'd normally throw away. And unlike chemical cleaners, you're not putting anything harmful into the water system. Now let's talk about achieving streak-free windows without expensive cleaners. Paper towels, your grandparents would laugh. They knew the secret was yesterday's newspaper. The ink acts as a mild abrasive, removing stubborn spots, while the paper doesn't leave lint like paper towels do. Plus, newspaper is thinner, letting you feel exactly where pressure is needed. Spray your windows with water and vinegar, crumple up newspaper, and wipe in circular motions. The crumpling creates multiple edges that grab dirt and grime. One Sunday, paper could clean every window in the house, compared to an expensive roll of paper towels that costs $4 and barely handles a few windows. Here's a dusting revelation that predates expensive microfiber cloths. Old socks with holes become perfect dusting mitts. Slip one over your hand, and suddenly you've got the ideal dusting tool. The worn cotton is soft enough for delicate surfaces, but textured enough to grab dust particles effectively. For sealing fan blades, slip a sock over each blade and slide along. All dust gets trapped inside instead of falling on furniture. For blinds, put socks on both hands, spray with furniture polish, and clean both sides simultaneously. What would take 20 minutes with regular cloths takes 5 minutes with the sock method. Moving to carpet care, cornstarch was Grandma's secret weapon against greasy stains. Don't panic, and don't rub water into grease. That just spreads it. Sprinkle cornstarch generously on the stain. Let it sit 15 minutes, then vacuum up. The cornstarch absorbs oil like a sponge, taking the stain with it. But cornstarch's talents extend beyond stain removal. Mix it with essential oil drops for a natural carpet deodorizer. Sprinkle over carpets, wait 30 minutes, then vacuum for fresh-smelling floors without artificial fragrances. For pet owners, this neutralizes odors better than most commercial products while being completely safe if pets walk through it. Let's tackle the tragedy of throwing away stale bread. Basically a crime in Depression households. That slightly hard loaf wasn't trash. It was next week's breadcrumbs for meatloaf or coating for chicken. Stale bread actually surpasses fresh bread for certain applications. Tear it into chunks and pulse in a food processor for fresh breadcrumbs that taste infinitely better than those sandy things from a can. Store them in the freezer for months. Stale bread also makes superior French toast because it soaks up egg mixture without falling apart, and creates perfect bread pudding for the same reason. Now for a stain removal powerhouse that predates fancy oxygen cleaners, lemon juice. This citrus fruit is essentially nature's bleach. Got a stubborn stain on white fabric? Squeeze lemon juice on it, let it sit in sunlight for an hour, then wash normally. The citric acid breaks down stains, while sun amplifies the bleaching effect. Lemon juice also tackles hard surface stains brilliantly. Yellow bathtub stains disappear with lemon juice and salt. Cutting boards looking worse for wear get the same treatment and emerge looking brand new. Mix lemon juice with cream of tartar for a paste that handles almost any stain on any surface. Here's pest control that sounds like folklore, but absolutely works. Cucumbers repel ants and cockroaches. The compounds in cucumbers are basically kryptonite to these pests. Place cucumber slices near ant entry points and watch them create invisible barriers these insects won't cross. The beauty is complete safety around kids and pets. No toxic sprays. No chemical residue. Just cucumber doing what cucumber does. Cucumber slices also work in gardens to deter slugs and snails from plants. It's organic pest control that you can literally eat when finished. For scissor sharpening without expensive gadgets, aluminum foil works miracles. Fold foil into 6 to 8 layers, then cut through it with dull scissors. Make long cuts from base to tip, and after about 10 cuts, your scissors are sharp again. The foil acts like a fine sharpening stone, honing blade edges as you cut. But foil's usefulness extends further. Crumpled aluminum foil makes excellent grill scrapers, abrasive enough to remove burnt-on food, without scratching metal like steel wool might. A ball of foil in your dryer even reduces static cling. Though your grandparents couldn't explain why it worked, they just knew it did. That stubborn pickle jar meets its match with a simple rubber band wrapped around the lid. The rubber dramatically increases friction, making it nearly impossible for hands to slip. This prevents more jar-related frustration than any gadget ever invented. Rubber bands serve multiple household purposes. Wrap one around slipping cutting boards for stability. Put them on hanger ends to prevent clothes from sliding off. Use them to keep broken cabinet doors closed. Different colored bands at parties help family members identify their drinking glasses, eliminating confusion and extra dishes. Before microfiber cloths existed, old t-shirts became perfect cleaning rags. That shirt with the underarm hole didn't hit the trash. It graduated to the rag drawer. Cotton t-shirts make superior cleaning cloths because they're soft enough for delicate surfaces, yet durable enough for tough jobs. Your grandmother probably had a whole system. White shirts became kitchen rags, colored shirts handled dirty jobs like car cleaning, and the softest ones were reserved for furniture dusting. Flannel shirts were pure gold, perfect for glass and mirrors without leaving lint. For leather restoration without expensive products, shoe polish was the magic solution. Black polish for black leather furniture, brown for brown, clear for everything else. A little polish, soft cloth, and elbow grease could make 20-year-old leather chairs look showroom fresh. The secret was regular maintenance, not waiting for leather to crack and fade. Every few months brought out the shoe polish treatment, conditioning leather, filling small scratches, and creating protective barriers against future damage. The same principle works whether it's furniture, jackets, purses, or car seats. Coffee grounds make their second appearance as garden fertilizer. These are basically plant steroids, rich in nitrogen, calcium, potassium, iron, phosphorus, magnesium, and chromium. But you can't just dump them directly. They need mixing into soil or composting first. Fresh grounds are acidic, perfect for acid-loving plants like azaleas and blueberries. Even neutral soil plants benefit from composted coffee grounds. Plus, grounds repel certain pests. Slugs and snails hate crawling over them. Cats avoid gardens with coffee grounds spread around, and some swear it deters rabbits. Here's food storage wisdom that seems random until you understand the science. Storing potatoes with apples prevents sprouting. Apples release ethylene gas, which keeps potatoes dormant. 1 apple per 10 pounds of potatoes extends freshness for weeks beyond normal storage time. But your grandmother also knew what never to store together. Onions and potatoes spell disaster. Onions release moisture and gases that accelerate potato rot. Bananas stay isolated because their massive ethylene production ripens everything nearby too quickly. This knowledge saved money and reduced waste when proper food storage meant survival through winter. For streak-free glass and mirror cleaning without expensive products, rubbing alcohol mixed with water in equal parts does the job perfectly. Maybe add a drop of dish soap for really grimy situations. This mixture cuts through fingerprints, hairspray residue, and toothpaste splatters more effectively than commercial cleaners. The alcohol evaporates quickly, leaving no streaks, and actually disinfects while cleaning. Those bathroom mirrors aren't just streak-free, they're germ-free too. Rubbing alcohol also removes permanent marker, sticky label residue, and ink stains from clothes when dabbed on before washing. Frozen grapes as ice cubes represents Depression-era elegance before the concept existed. They keep drinks cold without watering them down. And when you're finished drinking, you've got a frozen snack. They work in any beverage. Kids love them in juice or lemonade. They're perfect in wine or sangria, and even add subtle sweetness to water as they thaw. The trick is washing and completely drying grapes before freezing. Any surface moisture becomes ice, making them stick together. Freeze them individually on a baking sheet first, then transfer to containers for storage. Chalk might seem like an odd household helper, but it's an incredible moisture absorber. A few pieces in your toolbox prevents rust on metal tools. The calcium carbonate naturally attracts and holds moisture from air. Chalk in silverware drawers prevents tarnishing. In closets prevents musty smells. and in storage boxes prevents mildew. For gym bags and laundry hampers, chalk absorbs the moisture that causes odor before bacteria can grow. When chalk gets saturated, just dry it in sunlight, and it's ready for more moisture-absorbing duty. Coconut oil transformed tired wood furniture long before specialty polishes existed. This penetrates deep into wood, moisturizing from within and bringing out natural grain beauty. Warm a small amount between your hands until it liquefies, then rub into wood with soft cloth for immediate transformation. The oil creates moisture barriers against everyday wear while preventing cracking and splitting. Unlike commercial products, it doesn't build gunky residue over time. Your grandparents used it on cutting boards, wooden spoons, and salad bowls too. It's food safe, naturally antibacterial, and prevents wooden kitchen items from drying out. The chaotic cabinet under your kitchen sink found organization through one simple tension rod. Install it toward the front, and suddenly spray bottles hang neatly, visible and accessible, instead of falling over constantly. This eliminated hours of frustration searching through bottle piles. Multiple rods created even better organization. Another further back for dish towels or rubber gloves. Vertical ones creating dividers for cutting boards and baking sheets. Good organization isn't about expensive systems. It's about practical solutions that actually work. Meal prepping before it was trendy involved freezing soup in muffin tins. Pour leftover soup into tins, freeze solid, then pop out and store in freezer bags. Each soup puck equals one perfect serving. Want lunch? Grab 2 pucks. Feeding the family? Grab 8. It's portion control and convenience combined. This works for any liquid, sauce, stock, even leftover wine for cooking. The genius part is that soup pucks defrost faster than large frozen blocks, going from frozen to hot soup in minutes instead of hours, while stacking efficiently and taking less freezer space than containers. That cutting board that's seen better days gets new life with lemon and coarse salt. Sprinkle salt over the board, then use half a lemon as a scrubber. Salt acts as abrasive while lemon juice disinfects and deodorizes. After years of cutting onions, garlic, and raw meat, this combination doesn't just clean surfaces. The acid actually kills bacteria lurking in tiny cuts and grooves. Weekly treatment with lemon and salt kept cutting boards in service for decades. Wood properly maintained this way is naturally antibacterial and self-healing. Small cuts actually close up over time. Compare that to plastic boards that get stained and gross after a year. Finally, the ultimate proof of household genius. The fruit fly trap using apple cider vinegar and dish soap. While we buy sticky traps and sprays, your grandmother grabbed 2 kitchen staples for her foolproof method. Pour apple cider vinegar in a small bowl, add a drop of dish soap, and leave it on the counter. Fruit flies are attracted to vinegar because it smells like fermenting fruit, but dish soap breaks the liquid's surface tension. When they land for a sip, they fall in and can't escape. Within hours, that bowl is full of fruit flies. Problem solved with no chemicals, no expensive traps, just 2 things already in your kitchen. This represents everything about Depression-era household wisdom. Observe, experiment, find solutions using what you have. They didn't run to stores for every problem. They figured things out using ingenuity and available resources. These 25 tricks aren't just nostalgic throwbacks. They're proven solutions often superior to modern alternatives. They're cheaper, safer, and usually more effective. The real genius is that your grandparents developed this wisdom without internet tutorials or life hack videos. They simply paid attention, shared knowledge with neighbors, and weren't afraid to experiment. Next time you're about to purchase some expensive specialty product, ask yourself what your grandmother would have done. The answer might surprise you with its simplicity and effectiveness. These time-tested solutions could revolutionize how you approach household challenges while saving you significant money. Try implementing just 1 or 2 of these tricks this week. Start small with something like the vinegar fabric softener or baking soda cleaning paste. Once you see the results, you'll understand why these methods survived and thrived through America's most challenging economic period.